Welcome to BC2AD News. We don't miss a thing. With your anchor, Silas Bar-Jonah. Senior travel correspondent, Deborah of Damascus. Economic reporter, Sarah of Cyrene. And your traffic reporter and eye in the sky, Isaac Rhodes. Welcome to the news.
Good evening. I'm Silas Bar-Jonah. Our top story tonight, the tomb of the recently executed teacher Jesus of Nazareth has been found empty, and reports are flooding in that he has been seen alive. Roman authorities are calling it a regrettable grave security incident. Temple leadership is calling it definitely not a resurrection, and local fishermen are calling it told you so. 3 days ago, Jesus, the so-called King of the Jews, was crucified under the authority of Governor Pontius Pilate. He was buried in a rock-hewn tomb owned by respected council member Joseph of Arimathea. A Roman guard unit was assigned to secure the site. Now the stone is rolled away, the body is missing, and Jerusalem is buzzing louder than the marketplace before Passover. We now go to our correspondent Sarah of Cyrene, reporting live outside the tomb.
Thank you, Silas. I'm standing just outside the burial site, and behind me, an extremely large stone that, according to multiple witnesses, moved without assistance from a crane, pulley system, or several determined Galilean fishermen. I'm here with 2 of the Roman soldiers assigned to guard the tomb, and for legal reasons, and because they value breathing, they have requested anonymity. So we'll call them Minimus and Geriatricus. Gentlemen, what happened?
Awake! I am very awake!
So reports indicate there was an earthquake?
Yeah, there was a minor tremor. I mean, it wasn't so much. I mean, it's the kind of thing that throws hardened soldiers to the ground in terror. So,
yes,
but
terror.
yes,
Very terrified.
Yeah, an earthquake.
Mhm.
And the stone
Yes. Moved.
by who?
The official statement: the disciples stole the body. Yeah.
Yes.
While you were awake.
We were deeply alert
Mhm.
in a horizontal position.
Both of us.
So to clarify, you're claiming unarmed fishermen overpowered trained Roman soldiers, moved a multi-ton stone quietly, and escaped without you stopping them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is our testimony.
Yes.
And we are very
Yes.
committed to maintaining that testimony.
Yes.
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 Were you instructed to give this account?
We have received guidance?
Financial guidance?
No.
Back to you, Silas.
Compelling and suspiciously rehearsed testimony. Now let's turn our attention to your weather. For more on what to expect in your neighborhood, we turn to Jacob Morris. Jacob.
Good evening. Well, we are looking at temperatures very stable as we are still, of course, in a desert. Highs around 22 degrees Celsius and lows hovering right around that 20-degree mark. No big surprises. But we do want to apologize for that whole solar eclipse that happened 3 days ago. Weird weather, am I right? And all in the middle of a minor earthquake? Who could have seen that coming? Anyway, back to normal now with no earthquakes and no total darkness in the middle of the day. Back to you, Silas.
Thank you, Jacob. For another review of our top story, we have our man in the street, Isaac Rhodes. Isaac has found several women who visited the tomb at dawn, claiming not only that it was empty, but they encountered Jesus alive. We now turn to Isaac.
Mary, some are suggesting that you experienced a grief-induced hallucination. What do you have to say about that?
Well, a hallucination doesn't cook breakfast or hold extended conversations.
So, you're sure about that?
Yeah, I spoke with him. I mean, he called me by name. That's not mass hysteria. That's recognition.
And we weren't expecting a resurrection. We came here with burial spices. You don't bring spices to a victory parade.
Well, critics say emotional distress can produce visions.
Well, then perhaps you can explain how multiple people in multiple groups in different locations at the same time all experienced these visions, right? That wasn't, hallucinations, those are private. This was something that was shared.
And forgive me, but if we were inventing this story in this culture, we wouldn't make women the primary witness. No offense to us.
That's a great point. Now, why are we even talking to you guys? All right, back to you, Silas.
Thank you, Isaac. Finally tonight, one lingering theory claims Jesus never truly died, that he merely fainted and later revived in the cool air of the tomb. To address this, Deborah spoke directly with the tomb's owner, Joseph of Arimathea.
Thank you, Silas. I'm here with Joseph, who apparently handled the body.
That I did, along with Nicodemus. We prepared the body according to our Jewish burial customs.
And while you were handling the body, was he alive?
Was he alive? Absolutely not. You see, the Roman executioners, if you know anything about them, they're not exactly known for their near-miss crucifixions, okay? Besides that, I watched him take this big old spear and run it right up into his side, and he was bleeding bad from that. There's no way that he lived.
Well, some argue that he could have been revived later.
Again, Debbie, some people are just stupid. Okay, let's just get that out. After scourging with a cat of nine tails with glass and everything, it rips your skin. He looked kind of like hamburger, okay? And then they put a cross on him and he walked all the way up to Calvary. And then the crucifixion itself, after a couple hours, he would have suffocated because of that. And then we put him in the tomb and we wrapped him up like a mummy in there. He had no medical care, even if he was alive in there for 3 days. And then imagine him just getting up, as sore as he would have been, walking over there and moving this 1,000-pound stone out of the way. And then tiptoeing ever so gently by these guards who weren't sleeping because they would have been killed or crucified the next morning because they didn't watch close enough. Are you kidding me, Debbie? The deal is, that would have been a greater miracle than the resurrection itself.
So, in your judgment, you're saying he may not have been dead?
Thoroughly, professionally, and certifiably, he was dead. D-E-D, dead, Debbie.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. He may or may not have been dead. Back to you, Silas.
So here are the facts as we know them. Jesus was publicly executed. His burial location was known. The tomb is now empty. Guards offer a story that collapses under minimal questioning. Multiple eyewitnesses claim encounters with Jesus alive, and even his burial host dismisses the "he only fainted" theory. Jerusalem tonight is divided between fear, skepticism, joy, and what one Pharisee described as theological indigestion. As this story develops, one question presses upon the city. If the tomb is truly empty, not because of theft, not because of error, but because of resurrection, what does that mean for Rome, the temple, and for us? This has been BC 2 AD News. We don't miss a thing.